Now mind you, there should be nothing radioactive on this filter. Nothing. And even while the radiation station is taking fairly normal ambient air readings, it has picked up heightened radioactivity in the June bloom mist in Santa Monica, 70% over background. We picked up heightened radioactivity in powdered milk that we've bought, chocolates that we've inspected, a fancy store in Santa Monica, nice fresh chocolates, freshly radioactive. And we check all of our food that we buy that we're not absolutely sure of with this detector. Why? Because of this. It's radioactivity coming from Fukushima Daiichi out of 3 melted down reactors with fissile radioactive material that is some of the most dangerous substances on the planet: strontium-90, cesium-137, iodine-131, and the scariest of them all, plutonium-239. Now, you might say to yourself, well, why haven't I heard about this more? I mean, I thought everything was okay. I can't taste anything, can't see anything, can't smell anything. It's because we have had a media that is not very well educated in radiation science. I've been doing this since 1998. And heck, we're all sort of in the same boat here. We all breathe the same air, mostly eat the same food and drink that water. And who wants to know that their air, water, and food are contaminated? Porter blog that I mentioned in St. Louis, POTR blog, spelled out POTRBLOG.com. Oh, look, we just went over background. So now we're into the unseen zone. Porter blog, he has measured and has on videotape for you to see at his website that you can get to through our website. Go to our resources page. You will see that he has tested rain right off his truck north of St. Louis in the heartland of America that comes in at 62 times normal. 62 times so-called background radiation. Now, normally, the Department of Energy and the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, say that if you ever get double background, start to pay attention. If you get triple background, oh, you got a problem. You got to find the source of that radioactivity. Well, let's see what this is, because it's certainly over background, and you can hear it. What does this mean? What it means is there's radiation in Los Angeles basin air. It is being collected by this air HEPA filter. If it wasn't on this HEPA filter, we would have breathed it. Fact of the matter is, we could have breathed it anyway, and on exhale, ended up on this filter. Or that this got some of the air in here, but didn't get it all. Now, Denise Ann and I aren't paranoid. We wash our dishes in, tap water that is found to have had iodine-131 in it. That's the radionuclide where you have to take the K2, the potassium iodide pills to fight this really dangerous radionuclide, iodine-131, half-life of 8.5 days. This most likely isn't iodine-131 because this has been in a filter. So it's something else. We're going to see if it's alpha or beta radiation once we finish this test. How we do that is this. Alpha radiation can be stopped by a piece of paper. So we're going to, once this is done and we take an average here, and it is not looking good, folks. We're closing in on double background. Then we're going to have the detector not averaging, but just taking a live shot reading, and we will put the paper between the detector and this filter with all this radioactive dust here, and we will see if we still get these readings. If we do not, that tells us that instead of being alpha radiation, it's beta radiation. Now, the other kind of radiation you're most familiar with, besides X-rays, which you all have had going to the dentist, or once a year for your chest, or something like that, is gamma radiation. And that's the stuff that comes from the sun, can give you skin cancer, it's cosmic radiation, it's the stuff you're exposed to when you're flying in a plane. Now, when we've had high readings of this particulate radiation, alpha and beta, which is not, by the way, something that zips from forever through you and keeps going. It's an actual particulate, and if you breathe it in, if you ingest it, if you eat it, drink it, get it on your skin and it gets in you, this kind of radiation can get in your body and emanate radiation, destroy cells next to it, mutate cells next to it, induce cancer, and kill you dead as a doornail. Plutonium-239, one atom inhaled into your lungs, will give you a 100% chance of a fatal lung cancer. Now, as we've zipped by double background, what we know is there's radioactivity on this here filter. How much? We're going to find out. Mind you, we're just testing a part of the filter. Disconcerting, eh? Well, let me tell you, if I were watching this and I didn't have a HEPA filter, I'd be more disconcerted. You've got to think about getting one. We're having an upcoming preparations page. We've been talking about it forever, but it's going to be a big one. A couple of the things. We talk about the 4 C's that the BioReporter's radiation station has come up with. The 4 C's, like the 4-H Club, the 4C Club. How do you control your environment? The 4 C's. Control your air. That's what this filter's about. HEPA filter in each room. Control your water. We have a double barrel water filtration system that gets out about 100% of any radiation that's in that water. Uh-oh, we're up at 900. We shouldn't be past 37.4. Control your food. Don't eat the kind of food that we know radiation's attracted to. Iodine-131, love to get in dairy products. Your milk, your cheese. Several times we've gone to buy powdered milk that we would make with our radiation-free water, and it's hot. And we've taken it back, and they've taken it back, and we don't tell them why, because, you know, what are you going to say? Hey, your milk's radioactive. It's a tough one. So, those are 2 C's. Control your air, control your water, control your food. Now, south of the equator food is not affected by the meltdowns and the melt-throughs, where the melted blobs of radiation have gone through the containment vessel. That has been confirmed. For the next couple of years or so, food and water from south of the equator is okay. Oh, here we go, 992. Now, if we do a little quick calculation, (992) divided by 374 equals, well, that's 2.65 times background radiation. That's not natural. That is radioactive particulates from meltdowns in Japan. Now, we're lucky in Southern California, folks, because we don't get rained on all the time, hardly have any rain. That's a way to bring down the radioactive particulates that are in the upper atmosphere. What we are unlucky about, just like the rest of the country is the fact that your media isn't picking this up. Well, that might change, but it might not. And I want to point out something. Even one of my editors thought that this stuff is so harmless that it's like getting a sunburn on your arm. We've had the UC Berkeley Nuclear Engineering School, who's been finding radioactivity in all sorts of food, and in milk, and in water, and in rain, at astronomical levels, because Northern California has been hit harder. They will tell you, well, it's just like taking a plane trip across the country, except, folks, when you're in a plane and you're getting hit by gamma radiation, it zips through you. And it does. It's hot up there, radioactive-wise. And it zips through you, but it keeps going. It doesn't stay in you. If you breathe this stuff that's on this filter in, if you drink it, if you eat it, it's a different ball game. Now I'll be back and we'll test some more stuff. Thanks.